So you want a V8 without spending a fortune. You want to hear that exhaust note, you want to hear your engine screaming, you want to push a ton of horsepower. Well, you came to the right spot because today I am ranking the 10 best V8 powered cars that you can find for under 10 grand. Starting off with number 10, we have the Hyundai Genesis. It's a 4.6 liter V8 making around 375 horsepower. And if you can find one of the later 5.0 cars for under 10 grand, you're getting around 429 horsepower. And that's absolutely ridiculous when you remember that we're talking about a Hyundai. These are also surprisingly comfortable and loaded with features. So you're basically getting a luxury car with a V8 without paying luxury car money. Coming in at number 9, we have the Jaguar XJR. This thing is basically a British luxury missile. Depending on the year, you can get a supercharged V8 making around 370 to over 400 horsepower. It's fast, it's comfortable, it looks expensive, and sometimes you can find them for absolutely nothing. But there is a reason they're cheap. Maintenance on an old Jaguar can get expensive. So this is definitely not the car I'd recommend if you're looking for something cheap and worry-free. But if you want something unique that will absolutely surprise people, the XJR is a pretty sick choice. And coming in at number 8, we have the Dodge Charger RT. This is probably one of the easiest recommendations on this list if you want something you can use every single day. You get the 5.7 liter Hemi V8, 4 doors, a huge amount of aftermarket support, and that classic American V8 sound. You're also getting around 340 horsepower depending on the year. The Charger isn't the fastest car here, but it's practical, sounds great, and you can actually find them pretty easily. And honestly, having a V8 sedan for under 10K is pretty hard to beat. At number 7, we have the Lexus SC400, and this is one of the most interesting cars on the entire list. Under the hood of this car, you're getting a 4.0 liter V8. It isn't making crazy horsepower by modern standards, but these engines have an incredible reputation for reliability. And the SC400 is a car that I think aged very well. It's comfortable, it's rear-wheel drive, it looks unique, and you get the smooth Toyota V8. If you want something different from the usual Mustang or Camaro, this is definitely worth looking at. At number 6, we have another Dodge, the Dodge Challenger RT. You get the 5.7 Hemi V8, rear-wheel drive, tons of aftermarket support, and that classic muscle car look. Depending on the year, you're getting around 370 horsepower. Now, you don't buy the Challenger because you want the best handling car in the world. You buy it because it's a loud American V8 muscle car that looks badass. Now, these can sometimes be hard to find a clean one under 10K, which is why it's a little bit lower, but if you can, this deal is insane and you have to hop on it. At number 5, we have the BMW 540i. The 540i gives you a 4.0 or a 4.4 liter V8 depending on the generation. It's rear-wheel drive and you're getting luxury and performance. These cars can be surprisingly quick. They're great highway cars, and they have a completely different feel and look to them than any American V8 car would. The only downside to this car is that you're getting a German V8, so you'll have to make sure you maintain this car well and keep an eye on it and make sure you can keep it running. But if you can find a well-maintained one, this car can be an absolute amazing car to own. At number 4, we have the Pontiac Firebird. Depending on the exact year and trim, you can get a 5.7 liter LS1 V8 making around 305 to 325 horsepower. A big reason why I love these cars is because you get LS power in a relatively lightweight rear-wheel drive car. They are getting harder and harder to find in good condition, so a clean Firebird can actually be a pretty cool investment as well. I mean, just look at this car, it looks badass. You get the classic 90s/early 2000s American sports car look, a V8, rear-wheel drive, and a huge aftermarket. What's not to love here? And jumping into our top 3, we have the Camaro Z28. The 4th generation Z28 gets the LS1 5.7 liter V8, and depending on the year, you're already looking at around 305 to 310 horsepower. And these cars are relatively light. They can be seriously quick, and the aftermarket is absolutely massive. You can build one of these into pretty much whatever you would like. You can build a street car, a drag car, track car, whatever you want to do. So if you can find one of these for under 10K, it's going to be one of the best performance bargains that you can possibly get. At number 2, we have the Mustang GT. specifically the 4.6 liter V8 Mustangs. These are probably one of the easiest V8 recommendations on this entire list. They're everywhere, parts are cheap, aftermarket support is ridiculous, and you can find them in both manual and automatic. Depending on the generation, you're looking at roughly 260 to 300 plus horsepower. And for under 10K, it's extremely hard to beat the Mustang GT. And at number 1, we have the Corvette, specifically the C4 and C5 Corvette. And there's a pretty simple reason why this car takes the number 1 spot. Performance. You can get a C4 Corvette for well under 10K. And C5s are starting to become more attainable around the 10K range if you're willing to look for higher mileage examples. They're lightweight, rear-wheel drive, they have V8 power, and the C5 specifically gives you the LS1. You're getting a legitimate American sports car with insane aftermarket support and performance potential. And unlike a lot of the luxury V8s on this list, you're not buying the Corvette just because it's cheap. You're buying an actual sports car. So if I had 10K and wanted the most fun V8 experience possible, I am personally taking the Corvette. And that's my list for the 10 best V8s that you can get for under 10K. Obviously, there's a ton of cars that I could have included, so let me know what I missed. And if you had $10,000 to buy one of these, which one are you taking? Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe. I have much more car content coming out very soon.